Time now for business. I'm Abigail Adomakwenchi. Now to some microfinance story. The recent closure and collapse of some microfinance and investment companies has brought to the fore questions about the safety of depositors' funds. The reports and fear that there may be a few more closures and collapse also appear to be causing some jitters in the sector. A number of financial institutions into microfinance, investments, savings and loans are springing up to provide savings and credit facilities to businesses and individuals at lower rates. Although these institutions are able to provide the central bank's minimum capital requirement of 500,000 Ghana cedis for deposit-taking institutions and 300,000 Ghana cedis for non-deposit-taking firms, sustaining their financial dealings with clients remains a challenge. A number of them are unable to pay back their returns of investments made by their clients. Two of such victims who prefer to be anonymous shared their experience.
Actually, the agreement is that monthly there will be an interest of 10% monthly, and that's for a year, right? But the interest will be given after 6 months. So February will be a year since I invested with a US group of companies. And so when it got to August, I went to them for my 6 months interest, only to be given a check which I put into my account only for it to bounce. And then they sent me text messages that I should hold on and resubmit the check at a different date, which has still not worked out.
So I got an interest rate of 8% a month for a period of 6 months. So I invested an initial capital of 5,000, hoping that after 6 months an interest of 2,400 Ghana cedis would add up to 5,000, making 7,400. But it was supposed to mature in September, 18th September. I haven't heard anything from them. No form of communication whatsoever.
But have you tried to communicate with them?
Yes, I went over to the branch where I did the investment, and then they didn't seem to give me any useful information. So I had to they referred me to the headquarters, which is at Nungwa. And then the day I went there, I equally saw more frustrated people there. Yes, hundreds of them.
I'm currently in front of the U.S. group of companies, the company that has a microfinance as a subsidiary and has a lot of clients who have their monies locked up in there. I'll be going in to find out what has happened to those monies and how they intend to pay back. The company was still in operation when the news team entered the premises. The public relations officer explained why some payments had stalled.
We have over 4,000 as a clientele base thereabout. I paid about 2,300 thereabout. I started paying from January, in February, March, April, May, June. Then somewhere mid-June, I halted payment. Why? Because I'll give you a case study. People who have invested 13,000, for instance, within a year are supposed to make about 30,000 from me. It is obvious I was selling the fish at the farm gate at a wholesale price. People can buy and go and sell. Then the people who are now the middlemen are making money at the expense of my client and the company because of the wholesale package. So ideally, the best for me to do is also to venture into the retail market. So I halted the payment because we're not making money at the wholesale. Put up in cold vans and cold stores across the country. And we are now into retail marketing, and we are paying our clients.
He was sure the company will pay back the monies in no time.
I have paid over 2,300 of my clients whose investment are due. We are paying people based on their maturity. If your investment is mature, say in August, I have to pay before I pay someone whose investment matured in where? In September. Anytime they have a concern, a challenge, they should come to us. We are here to address their concerns. Our doors are open.
Anything like that.
No, you can see the business is active. Look, we have a lot of business operating under the umbrella. The US farming project is just an aspect of it, and we don't foresee us going down. Do we look like a company who can go bankrupt? No.
Other microfinance companies, however, have completely shut down. A client of DG Capital, for instance, told me off camera that he invested about 3,600 cedis only for the company to close down. DG Capital is one of the microfinance companies that has folded up because of financial difficulties. Now, officials a month ago gave their clients about a month to pay pay up their monies, but their time is getting close and they have not heard anything from them, I have been told. Now, I tried to get to officials, particularly the Chief Executive Officer, but it has proven futile.
The problem we have is that some of these institutions were already operating before the enactment of the law. They were operating under a police an ordinance. Now, when you bring them in, it is fair that you give them opportunity to meet the new regulations. So that is why we took that step of giving them approval in principle and making sure that they meet the terms. If after that time lapse, we don't see that you have met it, or there are no clear reasons why we should extend the approval in principle time for you, then you have to then fold up, pay the customers and fold up your business. Yeah, the numbers are quite large, but we believe that, well, you must also not try to stifle initiative. We will do our best to monitor, but the key thing is that they must play according to the rules. At a certain point, if we think that the numbers are such that it's beyond us, we'll have to stop it somewhere. Yeah, and we have to encourage others who are coming, team up with others and do your business.